Hello, good evening, everyone. I would like to tell you about what was I wrote in the Midtest paper for translation and practice A. For the first one, I wrote in the introduction about the translation definition. Definition of translation it's a communication of meaning from one language, that is source language, to another language, that is the target. And in the introduction, I'll also tell about the function of introduction, and I just show you the some that translation have some theories to help you in translation. Okay, and the second one, I have theories. In the theories, I show you there are some methods that I use for that we can use in translation. For the first one is a word for word translation, and the second one is faithful translation. The third one is semantic translation, and the fourth one is adaptation, and the fifth one is free translation, and this number 6 is idiomatic translation. In this number 7, it's a communicative translation. And for those methods, I also include the definition and the function of each of the method. In the other hand, in the commentary, the first one I comment about the apa itu band dibagi. I just wrote in the paper that this is the first word that I need to translate from Indonesian to English. This is some kind of shock therapy, because this is the first one, the first assignment for us. The other difficulties is there are some cultural words that we need to translate from Indonesia to English, that in English we don't have the word that having the same meaning, so we need to use adaptation for this word. And the second one is I comment about the memorandum of understanding, or MOU. This is kind of tricky, because tricky and difficult, because we need to translate from English to Indonesian, and this is the formal text. And as an Indonesian people, we know much of Indonesian words, but it is still difficult, because this is the small text. So I just use word for word translation for translate this word, because I don't want the reader to misunderstanding about the translation, about the text, because I make a wrong word for this text. So I decide to use a word for word method. For the last one is a deskripsi diri. In the deskripsi diri, I need to translate from Indonesian to English, and yeah, this is quite tricky, because there are much of idea that already wrote in the paper, but wrote again in the other paragraph. So I just, yeah, because much of repetition about the same idea. So I use the free translation. I translate about in my word that didn't change about the meaning. So in the conclusion, I just show you the benefit of translation skills. If you having good translation skill in this part of study, you can improve your translation skill that will be useful for the future. If you wanna be translator, is if your friend uh, ask for your help to translate his work, or you get some money from translate the text. So I think that's all that I made in the midterm paper. So thank you all.